these are actually press-on nails. And I have had these nails on for 2 weeks. This is going into the 3rd week right now, and none of them are lifting. No lifting on any of them. So I said, let me show my friends just what I've done with these that made them last as long as they have. Now, they do come with glue in the package, but I did not use that glue. So what I used was this Beauty Secrets nail glue. And I had seen this glue all over social media with people talking about how good it was. I think it was really popular about maybe a year or 2 ago. I don't see as many people talking about it, but I had never tried it. So when I ran upon the videos, you know, I said, let me just try it and see. And when I tell y'all, this glue is good. This glue is amazing. So how did I prepare these nails? What I did was I have one of the little electric drills. So the first thing I did was I took the nail, and on the inside of the nail, on the portion that was going to fit on top of my nail, I kind of took my drill on each one, and I roughed that up a little bit. So that because on the inside, especially these plastic nails, on the inside is really smooth, so that's not going to give you a good surface to get a good bond. So I took my little drill, and on the inside of each one, I kind of just went over it just a little bit to make it rough. And I took my pure acetone, and I just put it on one of my little nail brushes. I just dipped it in there, put it on, and then over that little area that I just roughed up, I put that acetone on there as well. And just for a reference, what I'm talking about on these nails, now these are square tip. So this section up here where the number is my tip, and then this curved portion is the portion that's supposed to fit on my nail. So I first took my drill, went inside on this little portion down here, and then I took some acetone and I just right over that portion that I just did with the drill. Okay, and then once I did that, I also took a little, you know, with the electric drill, you can get different strengths of sanding bands. And so I got these off of Shein, and they come in an 80 grit, a 180, and a 240. So you get 3 different sizes of bits. And I took the lightest one, which is the one that I use for my cuticle work, and I just use that to take the shine off of my nail. You could easily do the same thing with a little emery board and just go over your nail lightly to take the shine. Also, I push my cuticles back, and I made sure that I use that same band to go around that cuticle area, because when you push the cuticles back, you have that little white dead skin that sometimes is stuck to the nail bed, and you need to get all of that off before you try to glue these nail tips on, because if you don't, if you glue your nail tip on top of that dead skin, it's going to pop right back off. And then once I did that, I took me a little one of these swabs, I put some acetone on it, and then I went over each one of my nails, and that helps to act as a dehydrator. Once I did that, I took this little glue, I put a light layer on my own nail, and then I put a layer on the nail tip. Then once I did that, I was ready to glue the nails down. So I always like to hold my nail down, and I go in at an angle. So I sit the nail this way on my cuticle, right above my cuticle. You don't want to touch your cuticle. So right on the nail bed, close to the cuticle, and then you slowly press it down. Press, 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 press until it's all the way flat, and then you just hold it for about 30 to 60 seconds. If you try to glue it just flat like this, for me, that's when I get a lot of air bubbles. So I never come in just flat. I always start at an angle like this, not touching the cuticle, but as close to it as I can get, and then press, 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 press all the way flat. And as you're pressing it flat, that helps to push those air bubbles out. Okay, so once I got all of them on, then remember, these are flimsy nails. So had I stopped there, these nails would have been splitting, cracking, you name it, because I type all day long, so I'm putting a lot of pressure on my nails. So I couldn't just stop there with these flimsy nails. I came in with my Modelones Builder Gel. I love this stuff. I use it for multiple uses, but this really works on these nail tips as one of the uses. It's a very thick gel, but if you can polish fingernails, you can use this. So as you can see, it's really, really thick. Let me see if I can show you. So it's really thick. Okay, so all you do is you're going to take it and you simply just polish that nail tip. So you go all over the nail tip, just as if this were a top coat clear polish. What you want to also make sure you do is to cap the edge. So that's something that people often forget. So all around the free edge of this nail, I make sure I cap the edge. And then I put it in my UV lamp. And, you know, you just follow the directions for your UV lamp and the directions on this bottle as to how long you cure it. Sometimes I will do more than one coat. Once I do that first coat of Builder Gel, I will kind of test it out, boom, 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 and kind of see if it's strong enough for me. I'll also kind of do this and try to bend it. Y'all, these nails are not bending at all. So for these, one coat is what I did. And then after that, I could have stopped there because the Builder Gel already gives it a really good shine. But because I'm extra, I came in next with my top coat. And this one is by Makartt. So I came in with my top coat just to give it a little bit of extra razzle dazzle. And I cured that. And that gave me these nails. You can see how shiny they are. Just really nice and crisp looking. And this has been like this. These have been looking this good for 2 weeks. Now, some of the things that I could have done to improve the look of this set. I could have, as you can see, these are square tips, but if you look really close to the cuticle area, these cuticles are really pretty wide on these nails. So I could have kind of taken my emery board before I adhered them and kind of gone around there to trim the cuticles down a little bit. I thought about doing it, but it really wasn't that important to me, so I didn't. But that's something that you could kind of do if you wanted to make them look a little bit more realistic. But for me, they were fine just as they are. If you look really closely, you can probably see that they're starting to grow out a little bit. Like there, you can see I have some new growth, and there. So you can see that there's like there, you can see there's new growth there. So they're really starting there. You can see quite a bit of new growth. So they're starting to grow out. Just like regular acrylics, but look, no lifting whatsoever. So this glue has been amazing. So I'm probably going to change these, take these off and change them to something else this week. The only thing that makes me hesitant to do that, I was looking to see if I had the color that I have on my toes. Only reason I'm hesitant to do that is because on my toes I have the same color. Now I'm gonna see if I can hold my foot up just so you can see it. So see, on my toes, I have the same color, and I found this color actually at Sally's, and it matched perfectly. So, and this color on my toes is a gel color. So, that's what makes me hesitant to take them off, because my toes still look fine, but I'm probably just going to take the nails off and redo my toes. Leaning towards something yellow since it is the heat of the summer, and I like to do really bright, vibrant colors like neon green, yellow, neon orange. So it's probably going to be something in that family on my next set. I'm going to try my best to remember to come on here and to do it, to do a video on here so that you can actually see me do the steps when I redo them, if I can remember to do so. But at any rate, you know, I just wanted to share this with you. If you do not have this glue and you are into press-on nails, consider getting it. You know, I just wanted to share it with my friends because I'm not a gatekeeper, and you know, it might help somebody. A matter of fact, I'm gonna go and order me a few more bottles of that just to keep on hand, because if I showed you just how many press-on nail sets I have, I mean, I'm gonna need some more. I have a ton of press-on nails. So thank y'all so much. I hope this has been helpful to somebody. If you have any questions about, you know, application or anything that I've shared with you about this set, feel free to message me or leave it in the comments. I'm always, happy to answer questions. I'm not a trained nail tech, but I gladly share, anything that I do know. And other than that, if you are not following me, please consider giving me a follow, and I will do the same. And I hope y'all have had a good weekend and that you enjoy the rest of it. I will talk to you soon.